Hey guys, during the week I picked up a new keyboard, and in today's episode I'm going to reveal what it is and explain to you why this is my favourite keyboard of all time.
Woody Piano Shack.
So the keyboard is in the garage here. I haven't brought it into the house because it was previously in a very catty house with lots of cat hairs and stuff, so I am a little bit allergic. So I want to give it a good clean before I take it into the house. But it's in the garage. Come on, let's go and take a look. So I call this my garage, but it's actually just a shed at the back of the carport. We'll go in, take a look around here. And next to my arcade machine, we have, there it is, and actually that's revealed what make it is now, but I don't think you know exactly what's in here. So let's take this manky case outside and have a little look. So there you go. Let's put the camera back on the tripod just a sec. Okay, let's take a look. This could be one of either two things. I'm sure you figured that out by now. So my favourite keyboard of all time. Ooh, look at the cat hairs on this thing, it's gross. Oh my God. No wonder I was sneezing when I brought this thing home. Disgusting. Okay, my favourite keyboard of all time, here it is. Yes, it is the Nord Electro. And more specifically, it's the Nord Electro 261. Okay, let me talk very briefly about what this thing is, just in case you don't know. It's called the Electro because it emulates electromechanical keyboards. So this particular model, the Nord Electro 2, is attempting to emulate the Hammond B3 sound, and it also emulates a bunch of electric pianos. So it will play the Rhodes sound, Wurlitzer, clavinets, and even there's an acoustic piano, which isn't strictly speaking electromechanical, but it's nice to have. And if I remember rightly, the original marketing material for this keyboard had something along the lines of, it had a text saying that the best tool is not a Swiss Army knife. And the whole idea was this, is that there wouldn't be any string sounds or saxophones or guitars or any of that crap. It would just do the job of emulating electromechanical keyboards. That's the only job it would do, and it would do that job better than anything else. And I think it succeeds at that. And I remember when the Nord Electro came out, I was really into jazz and fusion and soul and R&B, acid jazz and stuff. And the sound there was, all the keyboard players were using a lot of Rhodes and Hammond organ. And I really wanted a keyboard that could do that, but there wasn't anything on the market that was good at doing both the Rhodes and the Hammond organ. So when this thing came out, it was a blessing, and I was all over it. I've owned a Nord Electro 1, which I bought in 2002. I traded that for the Nord Electro 2, the 61 key version. The first one I had was 73, but that was a little bit awkward because I was gigging a lot and playing in jam sessions and stuff. So I traded it for the 61. I bought a Nord Electro rack as well for a while, but I don't remember why, but I had one. Those I sold a long time ago, all of those. But now I wanted to pay tribute to this keyboard on my channel, so I've picked up this one secondhand during the week. So we'll be getting it into the shack once I've cleaned it up. I'll give you some demos and explain to you why I like it so much. The first thing I love about this is the user interface. Now, I've owned the Motif and the Roland FA for a couple of months now, and I am sick and tired of digging around on the LCD screen and navigating pages of menus, scrolling up and down through thousands of settings, looking for presets and patches and performances. Oh my God, it's been doing my head in. So to get this in now is like a breath of fresh air. This has got a tiny little LED window that just shows you the patch number. And with an instrument like this, who needs to use preset patches anyway? Because every single control and sound modifier is here on the front panel. There's one knob, one button for every function, and I love it. So everything is right there in front of you, really easy to find. The other thing that's nice about this keyboard is the keyboard here itself. I find this very nice to play. The keys are quite short, waterfall, meaning that they're flat on the front here. There's no lip like on a piano. But these keyboards work really nice for playing electric pianos, and they work fantastically for organ. It's a light, velocity sensitive, semi-weighted feel that's really nice. I like it a lot. While we're on the subject of the feel of the keyboard, I've got to say that Nord excel at making high quality instruments. The price tag is expensive, but if you look at the build quality of this, everything is really solid, thick steel here all the way around. The front here is steel. The knobs feel really, really solid and nice. So top marks for the quality and the roadworthiness, the sturdiness of these instruments. And they've got wooden end cheeks as well, which give it a nice cosmetic touch. Let's take a little look at this keyboard, because it's got a few battle scars after a long life on the road. So yeah, if we take a closer look at this one, you can see it's got a few knocks and dings here at the end. I'm not really sure what we should do with that, if anything. I did send an email to Nord asking them if they have any of these in stock still. I mean, on this, I don't know if they still use the same cheeks on the Nord Electro, the newer ones. Or maybe they've got some old ones knocking around, I'm not sure. Or we could actually take these off, sand them down, and I can refinish them. I'm not scared of a few woodworking jobs, and I think it might be a fun thing to do. Otherwise, this thing is a bit dirty, but it's in great shape. There's no scratches, dents, dings on the front panel here, all the knobs and the functions, and everything works exactly as it should. Everything feels pretty tight, even though it's 12 years old. The keyboard works perfectly as well. If we take a look at this side, it's in really nice condition. That's what it should like on that side. And I don't know what's happened here. How on earth can this one get so bashed up that it gets scratched up here? There we go, here, on the inside of the case. Beats me. Maybe I should explain why I feel that the Nord Electro 2 is the best Nord Electro ever made. Because since then there's been a Nord Electro 3, a 4, and now there's a 5. Well, the original concept of the Nord Electro was to do one job, the electromechanical emulation, and to do it well. And I think this was the best implementation of that concept, because in the later generations of the Electro, they added sample playback, so you could download from Nord violins and harpsichords and choirs and guitars, or God knows what, which I don't think is true to the original concept. Another thing that I prefer with the 2 is these digital drawbars here. I think these are excellent because they show you on these red LEDs, we'll take a good look at it later, they show you exactly what drawbar settings you have dialed in. And that's important when you're switching between the lower manual and the upper manual. And in the later models, they've replaced these digital drawbars with real mechanical drawbars, which are nice, and that pleases the Hammond purists that were making a lot of noise because they wanted this feature. But the trouble is, when you switch between presets or when you switch between the upper and lower manual, the position of the drawbars doesn't match anymore with the actual drawbar settings, the sound that you have dialed in. So it can be very misleading, confusing, and not quite as direct. Well, I've never had a problem activating the drawbars using these buttons. I think it works really well. And the design of this part of the instrument, I think, is a design classic. It's absolutely epic. It looks cool and I love it. So what's our plan for this keyboard then? Well, I'd like to do one video where we take it inside, and of course I'll run through the sounds and give you a demonstration of the features and the controls. That will be fun. And then I'd like to perhaps take it apart, because I think there's something loose and rattling around inside. And it doesn't feel quite as rugged as it should do. I think we need to tighten up the screws or take it apart and see what's going on inside. We might even try and polish up and replace this busted up end cap. I'm not sure, haven't got a plan there. The third thing I'd like to do, and this is really cool, in my loft I have the coolest accessory on the planet for the Nord Electro. It's something I made myself 10 years ago. Haven't really used it very much, but I've been keeping it for an occasion just like this. So I'd really like to share that with you. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I was very excited to pay tribute to this instrument, and I was happy to get one in on the channel so we can do a review. If you did enjoy it, then do consider giving me a like or a subscribe, because it helps me out and it really does motivate me to carry on producing these videos for you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Ta-da!
Woody piano shack.